Hey, Alyssa, I need to talk to you. Your due date is coming up soon, right?
Oh, hi, Eleanor. Good evening. Yes, the baby is due in 2 days.
Oh, I see. Wow, that's really soon. Well, before you have the baby, can you come over and clean my house for me?
What? You want me to clean your house? Do you know that I could have this baby any minute now?
Well, I heard you're not supposed to move a lot after giving birth. So please come over here right away and clean my house. I want you to do it before you go to the hospital. The maid didn't show up this week.
But I can barely see the floor without bending over. This baby might come earlier than expected. I'm almost at full term. My water could break at any time. Cleaning is hard work, and it would be really painful for me to do it.
How dare you talk back to me? You think cleaning is hard work? Are you joking? Are you trying to avoid it? You haven't even given birth yet and you want to get out of this? Don't be so arrogant. You should be able to do it. You don't have a child yet, so you can still work. So get over here and clean my house for me.
I'm sorry, Eleanor, but I'm not trying to avoid anything. Giving birth is a big deal. I need all my energy. Things that are physically exhausting are hard for me right now. I can't bend down at all. I have to ask people to pick things up for me. I think you're being unreasonable if you make me clean your house. It's too much for me in my condition.
Oh, please, it's not that hard at all. How can you say that? Stop making excuses for yourself. I know you're just lazy. You're a terrible housewife and a failure. If you were a good housewife, you would do the housework every day. You only come once a week to clean because you live so far. You haven't been here lately. Are you neglecting your duties?
I'm almost done with my pregnancy, Eleanor. I'm sorry, but it's too hard for me to do the work when I'm very pregnant and about to give birth.
That's why you're a worthless wife. You'll always find excuses to get out of hard work. Don't even think about slacking off. You have to come over here right now and clean my house.
What? You want me, the very pregnant woman in this conversation, to come over and clean today? Are you serious? But the day is almost over. It's evening already, Eleanor. There's no way I can do anything at this hour.
You'll come over here right now. Are you kidding me? Not this again. How can you still make excuses? Fine, I want you here first thing tomorrow morning. No more excuses, Alyssa. If you don't show up tomorrow, I'll never forgive you.
Okay, Eleanor, I guess I'll come over tomorrow morning. You're not giving me any choice here.
Hey, Alyssa? Are you there? I'm still in shock from my wife's tantrum earlier today. She has no clue about boundaries sometimes, and it drives me crazy how she can be so careless with her words.
Savian? Oh, wow, hi, I have to say your call surprised me. How are you doing tonight? I'm a bit puzzled, though. What's up?
Well, you see, the thing my wife said earlier about you doing the housework tomorrow, I want you to know that you don't have to do it. Really, it's totally unnecessary. You deserve a day off. She's not being fair to your situation at all.
Wait, really? Are you sure about this, Savian? Because if Eleanor is counting on me to help with the cleaning, I'm ready to do it. It's just that, with the baby coming soon, I have this worry that it might be too much for me.
Alyssa, listen. The most important thing right now is your health and the baby's health. If you overwork yourself and God forbid something bad happens, we can't go back in time. The baby will be here any day now, so you need to rest. Your main priority should be taking care of yourself and the precious life you're about to welcome into this world.
But Savian, are you really sure it's okay? I've already promised Eleanor that I'd be there to help.
Let's not think about her right now. I'll handle things here. Look, my wife has her good moments, but sometimes she can be very demanding, especially to you. She doesn't seem to care about your feelings and the fact that you're pregnant. And remember, if you need anything to get ready for that baby, just let me know. I'm happy to help you however I can.
Okay, I get it. Thank you so much, Savian, for your kindness. It means a lot, especially at this time of change. If I need anything, I promise I'll tell you right away. Your generosity and support during this time have been amazing, and I can't thank you enough, especially with the little one's arrival just around the corner.
Alyssa, what's going on here? What on earth do you think you're up to? You've not contacted me in almost a week. Aren't you supposed to be making dinner for us today? What's happening with that?
Huh? Eleanor, what are you talking about? Do you really think that I would be able to contact you right now? Don't you know what's happening to me?
What's that supposed to mean? I wouldn't start confusing me if I were you because I'll get very angry if you do. It's all because I'm not keeping an eye on you, isn't it? You're not still in the hospital, are you? I want you to discharge yourself from the hospital and start cleaning up this house immediately.
Are you kidding me, Eleanor? I'm not going to do that. Haven't you heard? What's going on? Savian hasn't told you anything?
Don't start with me, Alyssa. Don't you think I've had enough of your excuses already? Hasn't it already been 2 days since you've given birth to your baby? Haven't you been discharged from the hospital by now?
Well, actually, I'm in absolutely no fit condition to be leaving the hospital right now, Eleanor. But because of the situation that's arisen, I'm going to discharge myself from the hospital.
Well, if you're discharged from the hospital, you should be able to get up and do some housework. Where could you possibly be lazing about at?
Eleanor, do you have any idea what's going on right now? Do you know what's happening with this situation?
Oh my god, it's so messy and noisy around here. You need to immediately discharge yourself from the hospital and make some food. You need to clean my house, you useless woman. You slack off so much and it annoys me.
You think I slack off, Eleanor, even though I literally just pushed a baby out of me? And I've helped you clean the house a lot. I'm not like that.
Do you really think it's okay to just laze around after having a baby? No woman should have the luxury of doing that. Back when I was having children, people started working immediately after giving birth. There were no breaks for us, so why should there be a break for you? They were hard-working women who did everything in their power to take care of their families and work. But what are you, Alyssa? You're nothing but a useless housewife who lazes around the house and slacks off all day. If you're doing that, I feel so sorry for Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin, I really do feel sorry for him. It must be so easy to pity him if you think so badly about me.
So you admit it? You're a terrible housewife who slacks off and is super lazy, and you know that? You can't stay in the hospital forever, Alyssa. You've already given birth. So stop slacking off and get back to doing some hard work. Your baby's been born, so discharge yourself from the hospital and get back to doing your chores right now.
Wow, you've got no idea what's happened, do you? Are you not going to come to your husband's funeral?
Huh? What the heck are you even talking about? Alyssa, stop messing around with me.
I feel so bad for Kevin right now. His own mother is blaming me for everything I've done so wrong without even knowing what's going on. How do you not even know what's going on right now? I thought you, being a mother, you'd be kept in the loop about things.
What the heck are you talking about, Alyssa? I'm getting really sick of you beating around the bush.
I'm trying to ask you if you're coming back to Kevin's funeral or not. He died in an accident on the day that I was giving birth to our baby. I think you're the only person who doesn't know what happened. I thought it would be strange that his own mother didn't come.
Wait, what? What did you just say? What funeral? Are you messing around with me to get back at me or something?
At the funeral, all of our relatives gathered together and we were all crying about what happened to Kevin. You're the only one that hasn't come and we can't understand why. Where are you right now? You obviously have the audacity to tell me to get myself out of the hospital and make you some food. So I don't understand. Everyone's here at the funeral. Except for you, Eleanor.
Why are you telling me all this? I'm so confused. Why do I need to attend a funeral? Is this a joke?
As I told you before, Eleanor. On the day I was giving birth to my baby, Kevin was in an accident and passed away. I can't believe this has happened to us. He'll never get to meet his daughter. His fate was decided for him. It's horrible. Due to these unforeseen circumstances, I was able to leave the hospital earlier than expected and attend his funeral.
Now just hang on a minute, Alyssa. I can't keep up with what you're telling me. Are you saying Kevin's dead? How is that possible? Stop saying such crazy things to me when it's not even true. Kevin's still in his 30s. He couldn't have died.
I don't think someone's age has to do with whether they get in an accident or not. That's not how it works, okay? Savian has been trying to contact you, but he said that he can't get through to you.
Oh, is this why I've been receiving so many calls? My husband's been trying to contact me.
Yes, Eleanor, I don't get it. Why are you ignoring his calls when he's trying to tell you something really urgent? Didn't you realize that something was up before I told you what's happened?
Okay, I was aware that he had been trying to contact me. I was out doing something for a while, so I didn't return any of his calls. Look, I don't want anyone to complain about what I'm doing, alright?
Huh? Complain? Did you do something that would make people complain? What's going on?
Look, it's none of your business, Alyssa. You need to stop with all this snooping. You need to explain to me what's going on, alright? This is all some kind of sick joke, right? About Kevin. He hasn't actually been in an accident, has he? This can't be happening. You're not talking about my Kevin, are you? You can't be serious. How is this possible?
I don't even want to believe it myself, Eleanor. But yes, it's true. He was in an accident and he passed away. His funeral procession is happening right now.
You're lying to me, right? This can't be real. I don't believe you're at Kevin's funeral. This can't be my Kevin, my son. What are you going to do about this? What do you even mean by that, Eleanor? What can I possibly do in this situation?
There is nothing that can be done now. It's over. The accident happened at the same time as I gave birth to our baby. I had no idea until afterwards. I've always had the worst luck in the world.
How could you do this to me? Why didn't you try to contact me sooner? He's my son. If you had told me sooner, maybe something could have been done.
Huh? What are you talking about? Why are you only thinking about yourself here? There is nothing you could have done either. I'm sure Savian and many more of your relatives have also contacted you about this. But you've ignored every single phone call? How? The only thing you've done so far is send me cruel, sarcastic, and downright rude messages to me, saying that I need to clean your house and make you food. You need to be straight with us. Where are you right now? Why aren't you here for Kevin?
Hey, you've got no right to come at me for this. I'm allowed to be anywhere I want to be. I don't need your permission. I'm a grown woman.
But you were the one who said that you were only going out for a little while. Why won't you see where you are? You've been away somewhere overnight, haven't you, Eleanor? Just be honest with me.
What I do in my own time is none of your business, Alyssa. Stop with this nonsense. You're driving me crazy with your accusations.
Well, you're right about that, I suppose. I know it's not any of my business, but when I tell you something terrible has happened to Kevin, you deny everything. I assume that you're with another man right now on some fun little vacation somewhere, right?
What are you talking about, Alyssa? What man? Are you insinuating something? Stop making weird comments about me.
Well, I'm sorry you think I'm being so rude to you, Eleanor, but I already know that you're cheating on your husband.
You seriously think I'm having an affair? What other kind of inappropriate things have you been saying about me? There's no way I'd do that to my husband or family.
Isn't it a bit pointless for you to be making up excuses when I already know the truth? I know about it because Savian was the one who told me all about it. Did you really think he was that blind to it?
Wait, what? You found all this from my husband? What would he know anyway?
Well, Savian was consulting Kevin about it, and then Kevin told me all about what you've been doing behind Savian's back. Even though it's an important time for us to be together as a family. And even after your husband tried to contact you, you still seem to prioritize your secret relationship and go on a trip with your lover, then show up to Kevin's funeral. How could a mother do this?
You've got no idea what you're talking about. I'm not having an affair with any man at all.
I'm going through a really rough time with Kevin passing away, so I don't want to hear all the stories and excuses you made up to get yourself out of this situation.
It's not like I prioritized this trip or anything. I never thought that something like this would happen to Kevin, especially at his age. Plus, I don't like using my phone so much while I'm traveling. I need to focus on other things rather than being on my phone. If I were to read the messages, it would be marked as read, and then I'll have no choice but to reply when I actually notice my phone ringing. I know I have to pick it up and start a conversation.
But isn't that still saying that you prioritize not being on your phone and ignoring everything people are trying to tell you? You obviously had enough time to send me lots of cruel messages and harass me a bit, but you can't even reply to urgent matters? It makes no sense.
I didn't think it was urgent, all right? I thought that they were just wondering where I was so I didn't look at my phone. I'm on my way back now. I'll come to the funeral. Where is it being held, Alyssa? You need to tell me immediately so I can figure out how to get there.
Well, I don't think you'll be able to enter the facility from now on, so I wouldn't even bother trying, Eleanor.
Excuse me? What did you just say to me? How could you be like this? Don't you realize that Kevin is my son? I can't believe he's dead. There's no way that I can see my boy one last time, is there? I have a right to see my son before he's laid to rest.
How can I put this? There are consequences to the actions that you've taken, Eleanor. You blew it. The wise thing for my father-in-law to do now is actually divorce you, right? It's only natural for him to do that.
Excuse me? Divorce? How dare you? What's that supposed to mean? Ugh, cut this crap out, Alyssa. You've got no right to interfere with my marriage to my husband. Did you forget that I'm your mother-in-law? Don't try and make a fool out of me.
I know that you are. I've been trying so hard to get you to like me because I married Kevin, but it was no use. I tried everything I could think of. I know that you are. I've been trying so hard to get you to like me because I married Kevin, but it was no use. I tried everything I could think of. I'm not even going to bother to even try to understand you as a human being anymore. You've brought this all on yourself. I don't think there's anything I want to do in the future to try and make you like me. It's just too much of a hassle now.
How could you act like this towards me, your own mother-in-law? What's going to happen to my grandchild now?
What are you talking about? What do you think's going to happen to your grandchild, Eleanor? Actually, use your brain to think about it.
Well, are you going to let me see my grandchild or not? You've got no right to keep the baby away from his grandmother. It's my grandchild, so I'll raise it.
Don't you get it? She's my daughter, Eleanor. I'm going to raise her myself. Even if Kevin was alive, it doesn't change the fact that you betrayed everyone. You betrayed your husband, your son, and even your new grandchild. I'm sure they would have cut ties with you once they found out everything. You need to forget that me and my daughter exist and move on with your life. With your new man.
Are you kidding me? Alyssa, you can't do that to me. You're asking me to forget about this child. You're not going to let me meet her.
I don't see any benefit in her meeting you. All you are, Eleanor, is a liar and a cheater who doesn't care about anyone else by themselves. It's disgusting. A child shouldn't be exposed to anyone like that so early on in their life. Aren't you just a poisonous old hag who is trying to bring me down?
What did you just call me? A poisonous old hag? You think I'm that terrible? I can't believe you'd say something like this.
Well, there's no one else in this conversation, Eleanor. So of course I'm talking about you. Savian has always treated me so well, and you've just been a miserable old woman. You're really the worst person I've ever met in my entire life. You no longer have the right to come to Kevin's funeral. He wouldn't want you there anyway.
Please, just wait, Alyssa. You can't just decide this for me. It's not fair. I'm Kevin's mother, and no matter what I've done, I have a right to say goodbye to him. You're really going to deprive me of that? You can't even let me see my son one last time. He's gone, and you won't let me into the funeral venue? How could you?
Well, Kevin's already passed away. Eleanor, you've got no chance to make it up to him now. You can't hate me for what you've brought on yourself. On the day that Kevin's baby was born, you took it on yourself to go on a trip. So don't even think about holding a grudge against me.
Alyssa, come on. Don't be like this. I just tried to call my husband, but I can't get through to him. Why is he being like this?
I've got no idea. I've got the baby with me, so I'm in a different room resting with her. The funeral is still going on. I feel like this isn't the best time to pick up the phone and talk to you. He's grieving for his son right now.
Well, there's still time for me to talk to him. There can't be that many funeral homes in this town, so I'm leaving now to make it to the funeral. I still have a chance to say goodbye to my son. I should be able to do that.
Don't even think about trying to come to the funeral. Please don't come here.
And why not? You've got no reason to dictate such orders to me. I'm older than you, and I'm the one who's lost their son.
And I'm the one who's lost their husband. And my child has lost her father. Besides, I'm not dictating anything to you. Please, consider Savian's feelings in all of this, and what Kevin would have felt seeing you. Do you want to be around all the relatives and cause chaos with them on Kevin's last day on Earth?
The funeral is not going to turn into shambles, Alyssa. I'm just doing the last thing I can do as a mother, and that is to say goodbye to Kevin.
There is nothing more you can do, Eleanor. He's gone, and you're not welcome here. After what you've done, think about how you're going to make Savian feel. If you come here and upset everyone, you can't just walk in like everything's normal, can you? I think it would be better if we all just talked later once everything is calmed down a bit.
I've already thought about it, and I've got rights as well. I want to see my son and say goodbye. I'm on my way to the funeral right now. Don't even think about trying to stop me.
And I advised you to not come anywhere near here. Fine, don't listen to me then. You never did anyway.
How could you do this to me? Why didn't you let me in? Don't you think my relatives will have something to say about this?
My husband died on the same day that my daughter was born, Eleanor. Don't you understand how sad their bereaved family is? You'll ruin their last moments with Kevin.
But I'm allowed to grieve for him as well. You know, I'm a bereaved family member too. I'm his mother, for goodness sake.
Even though you continue to have an affair behind your husband's back, you've disrespected the family on a day like this. Besides, Kevin was trying to get in contact with you when he died. He was on his way to look for you when he had his accident.
Huh? What are you talking about? He went out looking for me? Why would he do that for?
I told him that I was in labor and that I was about to give birth to our baby. He hadn't heard from you, so he tried to go and check on you to see what you were up to. He was on his way to find you when he got into an accident because you wouldn't pick up your phone. He left me and got killed. There is no way I can't blame you for what happened to Kevin. I can never forgive you for your incompetence and your ignorance. And now I have no husband.
Now, just wait a minute there, Alyssa. You can't just jump to conclusions like that. I had no idea that he was coming to look for me. I'm sure I got a message that you've gone into labor. I would have had my phone with me. I was already leaving the house, but I don't remember. I guess I didn't pay a lot of attention to all the messages and calls I was getting.
Well, Savian was at work and they wouldn't let him leave. So your son went to find you instead. This is the result of your terrible behavior towards your family.
I didn't mean for this to happen. What happened to Kevin was a pure and honest accident. I didn't do anything to drive him to search for me. Alyssa, please, I'm really sorry for this. I didn't really mean for things to turn out this way. From now on, I'll raise your daughter in a loving and caring environment, just like I did with Kevin. Please forgive me for everything I've done.
I'm just going to reject everything you've just said to me. I really don't care about what happens to you anymore, Eleanor.
Wait, what? What's that supposed to mean? I don't understand, but I'm your mother-in-law. I said I was sorry.
I'm never going to be able to forgive you for this. My baby has no father. She'll never know what he was like. And it's all your stupid fault. You cared more about your own trip away and your secret boyfriend than you did about your family and your newborn grandchild. You absolutely disgust me. I never want to see your face around here ever again. Don't contact me ever again, Eleanor.
But you can't just do something like this to me. We're family. And family sticks together, right? I wasn't that bad of a mother-in-law, was I?
You never thought of me as family to begin with, Eleanor. Did you really think I'd change my tune about you if you apologized? Absolutely not. I've got no intention of being a part of your family. And with that, I'll say goodbye to you. Now, Eleanor, I don't think you've got a family to go to anymore, do you? What a shame.
Alyssa, can you hear me? I've reached my limit today. I can't handle what Eleanor's doing to us, to her own family. It's ripping me apart. Tell me, are you holding up okay? Kevin's absence, it's left such a gap, hasn't it?
Savian, hey, yeah, I'm here and I'm surviving. Somehow, Eleanor stepping back feels like a weight off. Kevin's gone, that's pain's not fading anytime soon. But I've got this little life, our baby girl. She's my light now. It's hard thinking about doing it alone, but I'll make sure our daughter knows her dad's legacy.
I get it, and I'm here for you. Alyssa, just tell me, and I'll be there. You're not alone in this. Can I do that for you?
Support? What exactly are you offering, Savian?
You and Kevin? You add something special. I want to help keep that alive. Be there for your girl. Be the granddad she deserves. I want to step up and be the man in her life she can rely on. Is that all right with you?
Absolutely, Savian. That means everything to me. Our little girl will need her grandpa, and I can't think of anyone better. Eleanor's actions, they sting, but having you in our lives? That's a gift. Please stay a part of her world.
I wouldn't have it any other way. Whatever you need, I'm just a call away. We're family, no matter how small the circle gets.
Your words, they encourage me, Savian. I'll pour all the love and joy I can into our girl's grief. Keep Kevin's memory alive. And I know with you by our side, she'll grow up surrounded by love. Thank you, from the bottom of my heart. As the seasons changed, so did Alyssa's heart. The sharp pain of grief began to fade with the arrival of her daughter, a ray of hope in the darkness of loss. Alyssa, driven by a strong resolve, was relentless in her commitment to raise her child, to give her the courage and brilliance of a bright future. Her determination was a tribute to her love for Kevin, a promise to keep his spirit alive through their daughter's smiles and dreams. In this journey, she wasn't alone. Savian, her father-in-law, became a source of support, his vow to care for them both as solid as the stars. His presence was a comforting reminder of family, of continuity, and of love that overcomes even the deepest sorrow. He took on the role of grandfather with a grace that hid the complexity of their situation, his actions showing his character. Meanwhile, Eleanor's absence left a dark mark, her leaving from the family home raising more doubts than answers. The streets became her shelter, her location hidden in mystery, her silence a thick wall between her and the life she had once had. The results of her choices were hers to face, a lonely road she now walked, maybe wondering about the bridges burned and the chance of forgiveness that seemed as far as the stars above.